Shall we? Yes. Shall we start our lab? Yes. So this will be a kind of subject which you will enjoy. You can say throughout the semester. So let me tell you that what we are going to learn into this subject. So name of this subject is DTPS, Design Thinking and problem solving. So what is the purpose of this subject? Now, whenever you will take an admission in any of the streams, so most of time what will happen, you will start working you will start learning various subject, okay, and then what will happen that you will not get any opportunity until the last semester how to use that knowledge whatever you have acquired. Okay, or another problem is that the difference between your learning and industry need is that for industry implementation, you require various practical implementation experience. So here, the purpose of this subject is to make you aware with the various aspect of society and fill the gap between society and you can say learning or education system, whatever you are part of it right now. So here, let us start our discussion that what we are going to learn throughout the semester. So let me present my screen. So let's have a look at the syllabus so we can have idea that what we will learn. My screen is visible to you, all of you. Can you see my screen? My screen is visible to all of you. Yes. Okay. So let's have a look at the syllabus. So let's start with the objective. So main objective of this course is to inculcate interdisciplinary engineering skill in student for taking real-time engineering problem available in our society industry to come up with the grassroots innovation. So that can be helpful to all level of human being. So this is the objective which is mentioned in your syllabus. So let me just try to elaborate or explain you in such a way that you can understand it. Now, what is the purpose of technical education? The purpose of technical education is to solve the problems of society. So here in this subject, you will try to focus on different domain. Now, you people know that we are capable or we are having knowledge of various domain. So how to work in the domain of your interest. So here in this subject, as I told you that here, whatever technology you are learning, and if you want to apply that technical technology knowledge into a particular domain, then this subject will give you that opportunity. Now, whatever innovative ideas are there in your mind, whether they are related to, let's say, society, or they are related to the industry, okay, or they are related to any other hierarchy, okay, so that you can implement here. So, at the end of this course, you will be able to understand the importance of design thinking. Okay, so how to do the design thinking, then how to evaluate the quality of information, or your emotion, or keep thinking, or sorry, keep thinking the straight. So how to develop and goal oriented or a project oriented thinking, then how to identify the skills and personality traits of a successful problem solving. So means here we will also learn that how to find out the solution of a popular problem or something new, innovative. Okay, then how to apply standard problem solving heuristics to aid the problem solving, means how you can solve it. Then apply problem solving technique to program activities and formulate and successfully communicate the solution to the problem or society, whatever you are targeting. Now, in each week, we will have 2 hours of practicals. Okay, the credit of this subject is 25 marks are for Viva and 25 marks will be there for term work. So total one credit subject and 50 marks are there. Now, in this subject, you are going to prepare the, you can say, canvases. So, we will try to map our analysis and we will try to map our analysis on paper, and then we will try to formulate some solution, or we will try to find out some problem from those canvases, and then we will try to formulate the solution for those problems. Now, let me tell you that what we are going to discuss throughout the semester. So, as you can see, we are having total 3 modules throughout the semester. In first module, we will have introduction to design thinking, and then team formation, documentation, and canvas. So, we will put more weightage on team formation, okay, documentation, and then we will go with the design thinking exercise. Okay, then we will go with the second module. So second module will focus on problem. So we will try to work on problem solving. Okay, and then we will see which are the various problem solving techniques. Okay, then we will have some exercise. Okay, and then last in module 3, we will try to exercise this thing on mini project. Okay, and then we will try to find out the solutions. Now, reference is like uh, if you want to refer to this subject more reference. Okay, then there are strategies and creative problem solving, second edition by H.S. Fogler and Leblanc. Then problem solving and comprehension using Wimbe and Lockhart. Then Levine and River has developed the effective problem solving. So these are the reference books which you can use for this subject. Now here in this semester we will give you one Coursera course. So you are supposed to enroll into that course, and at the end of the semester you are supposed to submit that course certificate. So this the course certificate we will consider a term work mark. Now let's see what we will discuss in individual module. So in individual module, we will discuss on introduction or need of design thinking, then traditional problem solving versus how design thinking. So which we will try to differentiate traditional and uh, you can say design thinking. Then which are the phases of design thinking, then tools those we are going to use for design thinking, then relevance of design thinking and design thinking in engineering. Why? Because why this last topic is more important, because the engineering or the technical course are specifically developed for the you can say society. So here, in introduction, let me tell you that this won't be one-way communication. So it won't be like that. I will start PPT in each lab. I will start PPT and then I will start explanation. Okay, so in each lab, I will give you some time, and then I will randomly ask anyone to show something. Okay, so here, for example, in Coursera, we are having UA their design thinking and innovation. So these are the self-paced course which you can complete by your own. But meanwhile, in lab, I will give you some task. So you are supposed to complete that task, and then we will have discussion on that task. So let's start with today's task. Let me give you the topic on which you are supposed to work today. Okay, so today you are supposed to work on what is design thinking. Okay, so I'm just giving you 10 minutes time. Okay, so after 10 minutes time, I will need your input. So what do you mean by design thinking, or what you have tried to find out about the design thinking? Okay, so right now I request all of you to find out the information about the design thinking. So just you have to give me answer in one or two sentence that what do you mean by design thinking. So your time is starting now. It is 12:20. So after 5 7 minutes, we will meet again, and you are just supposed to give me an abstract answer about the design thinking. So your time starts now, and after 5 minutes, we will meet again regarding this. So I'm stopping my screen presentation. Okay, and meanwhile we will have presentation after your answer. Okay, so just start finding what is design thinking. Are you clear with my instruction? Yes. So just start working on it. We will discuss. So this will be two-way communication. Yes. So anybody found any information regarding design thinking, or what you have just found regarding the design thinking? What do you mean by, or what you have just tried to understand by the design thinking? Yes. Can anyone answer? Yes, Tushar, design thinking is an innovation process that uses the designer's sensibility to find unmet need and opportunities in order to create a new solution that matters to people. Now, uh, yes, anyone else? Yes, good, Tushar. Anyone else? Anyone else has tried to find out the solution or answer to this question? What do you have? What do you mean by design thinking? Yes, Devansh, design thinking is a problem solving to the ill-defined problem or not non-problem. Yes, it is process of creative problem solving. Good, very good. Yes, anyone else? Very good. Devansh, Deepan, good. You people have just try to find out the solution for it. Anyone else? Yes, design thinking refers to the cognitive, strategic, and practical process by which design concept proposal. Yes, good. Ridhisha, design thinking is an approach used for practical and creative problem solving. Anuj, strategic process for solving an issue. Design thinking is provide a solution-based approach to problem solving. It is a strategic and practical process to achieve the innovative result. Good. It is a human-centered technique to solve the problem in creative, unique way. And yes, with it involves creative as well as critical thinking. Good Aditya, design thinking is an approach used for practical and creative problem solving, extremely user centric. It focuses on human first and foremost. Seeking, okay, then the Mansi, it is process that understand problem solution, easy to solve the problem. Girish, correct. It is methodology that provide a solution based approach to solve problem. And Bipin, it is more good and advanced. Sure. Sinha. Yes, design thinking is an iterative process in which we seek to understand the user. Good. Now, all of you have just tried to refer the different Google website from the Google. Now, what you found as a common answer that design thinking is about finding out some new problem or finding out the solution of existing problem in such a way that it can be useful. Now let me ask you one question. Okay, uh, is it always necessary that we should find out the solution of existing problem only? Is it always necessary or is it always required that we should always find out the solution of existing problem only? No, no, sir, no, sir, not always. Yes, very good, very good. So, would you anybody would like to add elaboration into this answer? Anyone? You can unmute yourself. This is open-ended discussion. So, we would and this subject we will like to share our thoughts. So, would you like to share anything regarding this? Anyone? Anyone? Yes. This is open-ended discussion. So this should not be like that one-way communication. Yes, please repeat the question. Let me. The question is that is it always necessary to find the solution of the problem, or we can create something new, which is required? Yes. So the question is that is it always necessary to find the solution of existing problem only? If no, then how we can say that? No, but it is necessary to find the different ways to solution. Yes. So what is my actually what is my concern that is it always necessary to find solution for existing problem only? Yes. Girish, I got your concern. Sir, बहुत बार solution निकालते वक्त भी नई चीज discover की जा सकती है. Yes, that's good. So here, what will happen that many times um, some product might not be some problem might not or people are solving that so people are dealing with that problem in some other way. Okay, so I think I got input from Tushar also. It's better to give the time on one thing, but if we don't find the result, then we should surely move on to the next thing. So what is my concern that it is design thinking is not always about finding the solution for the problem. Okay, so let me start a webcam for you people. So I would like to show you something. Yes, my screen is visible to my cam is visible to you. Yes, sir. Now, uh, can you see this cutter? Simple. This is simple cutter. Yes. Let me light on so you can have idea. Now, this is a simple cutter which you have used many times, right? Now, here, uh, is there any need of improvement in this product? Do you find any need of improvement into this product? No. Okay. Now, let me show you something interesting. This is the cap. Now, can you see the line or gap in the cap? Yes. Now, the person who has developed this product, what they have thought about it, if we keep this cutter in open, okay, then it may cut something that is not required, that may be important, okay, that should not be cut. So what we can do? Can we put our cutter like this? Can we put the cutter like this? Yes. So what will be the advantage of putting cutter like this? What will be the advantage of putting cutter like this? Safety. Yes, very good. Good, good, very good. It will not harm anyone. Yes, good. Okay. As well as it will keep the edge of this cutter sharp. As well as it will keep this edge of this cutter sharp. Why? Because in this scenario, it is not going to touch with any other object. Yes. So now here, this cap is serving two purpose. The first thing, this will work as a stand to this cutter, as well as it will keep this sliding blade in the range. Okay, so whenever we don't want to use the cutter, then we will put this cap here like this. Okay, and whenever we are using the cutter, at that time we can remove the cap from this cutter, and then we can put it over here like this. Okay, now you just imagine. Okay, so there was not any need of this element. Okay, but still uh, this product quality is improved. Okay, this there was a problem. What was the problem? If we will keep cutter like this, then it may harm someone. Okay, and which may result into something uh, which should not happen. Okay, so this is this simple thing. Okay, it not a new extension is added to the product, but this cap is designed in such a way that we can use this cap as a stand as well. Okay, so this is what you can say design thinking. Okay, so design thinking is not always about finding the solution for the new problem. Okay, it is like that you can solve the existing problem or the existing solution, or you can improve the existing solution in such a way that it will improve the ergonomics. Yes, Anuj, I got your concern also. It is also used for getting out the new sharpened blade. Okay, so if you carefully look at the blade, then you will find the various sections. So if the initial section of the blade is not up to mark, okay, let's say we are not in position to cut any material properly. At that time, we can break that blade from that position using this cap. So this is all about design thinking. Now let us start with the presentation. So, what do you mean by design thinking? Okay, and I hope you people are enjoying this. So it is not a one-way communication. So what is design thinking and problem solving? So here first we will focus on design thinking. So let me start the discussion. So design thinking is not an waterfall model. So means we will once we will start it, and then once we will finish it, then we will put it aside. Okay, that means we will simply use it. So it is not actually design thinking. Design thinking is like it is an iterative process. Okay, so we have to do it multiple times. So how we will do it? First of all, we will define something. Okay, we will focus on some problem. Then we will try to do some research. Okay, we will try to find out some solution, primary solution. Okay, some primary solution might be working or it might not be working. Okay, for example, let's say I want to jump on moon. Okay, from Earth. So lots of solutions can be there. Okay, like I will develop a 10, 20 to 40 kilometers long large trampoline. Okay, and then I will use hydraulic, and then I will jump on that trampoline, and by jumping someday I may reach to the moon. Another approach maybe like I can develop a crane. Okay, so I will hook myself with the crane, and then crane will land me directly on moon. Another approach is we can go with the spacecraft and we will land on moon. Now, as we discussed that mm, we will do some research. Research means we will try to find out the solution. So some of the solutions might be not working. Okay, they might not be, they might be only theoretical solution. Okay, practically it is not feasible to implement. So we will try to do some research. Then we will try to ideate it. Ideate means we will go with the feasible solution, and we will try to put our idea into that solution. Then after ideate, we will try to prepare the prototype. So what prototype will do? Prototype will help us in improving the usability. Okay, so prototype will give you idea that although the solution was feasible to implement, okay, but whenever you will try to create the actual working model, then how it will look like. So that is prototype. So after prototype, so in prototype phase, we will try to, or you people will try to create the various working models. Okay, then you will choose any one model. Okay, which will look more efficient for particular project. And after that, you will try to implement that model with full details. Okay, so then you will go with the actual implementation. Okay, and then you will learn something. So you will try to conclude your learning. So at the output, okay, so here definition was concept. This was in our mind. Okay, and then by going through this cycle, okay, we have tried to convert it, that thing into the product. Okay, so at last there will be output. Okay, so here this will be iterative process. So it is not like that we will always start with the learn, then learn, define, research, ideate, then uh, prototype, then choose, and then implement product. Okay, so this will be iterative process. So as I shown you by a simple page cutter example, you can see that here we are having the product, and then we have started with the learning, and then define, and then we have tried to go with the, another approach. So this design thinking is ultimately about finding out the new solution or improving the existing problem by defining something new. Okay, let me give you a very simple example. Let's say if we are having a simple cup, okay, without cup holder, then what will happen? It will still serve the purpose of holding the tea, okay, but we cannot use it. Why? Because if we try to touch the cup, then it will be very hot. We cannot do it. It will harm us. So what we have done, we have tried to design cup holder. So it belongs to the ergonomics. So ergonomics means easiness. Okay, so how it will be, how much easy for you to use that particular product. So ergonomics is also part of design thinking, where you will not design complete new solution, but you will try to focus on user experience, and then you will try to find out the solution. Now, let's move forward. So, what is need of design thinking? So, as I told you, as we have discussed recently before few minutes, design is not just what it looks like. Okay, it is and look what it look like and feel like. Okay, design it how it works. So, in most of product, let me tell you, whatever new product are released into the market. Okay. They will first focus on the aim of that product, for which purpose we are going to design this product. And once the product is designed at that, after that, they will focus on ergonomics, so usability, how to deliver product in such a way that it can be used by user very easily. Okay, so here there is a popular quote from the Steve Jobs. So design is not just what it look like and feel like, but design is how it works. Okay, so by simply placing the car body of Mercedes on any other car, okay, that car will not become Mercedes. Why? Because the car which you are going to buy for Mercedes, it will have certain characteristics: the engine, the compatibility, or you can say ergonomics. Okay, then durability, reliability, all these things. So, need of the design thinking is to develop a solution which is efficient, okay, and which is having some human values. So let's move forward. Now, your design should serve the purpose rather than going for its outer showcase. So this is the very recent example. We are having swarms of locusts. So in English, in formal English, we can say grasshoppers. So which will destroy the full, or you can say whole crop of farmer. Okay, so because of it, they are facing lots of issue. And now, what is the solution to this problem? Now, can anyone suggest me some solution to locust, or you can say grasshopper? What can be done with the grasshopper? Because recently you people have seen that in lots of news, we are getting this news, that the news channel, we are getting this news that today locust swarm has transferred to this side, and because of that we are facing these issues. So can anyone suggest me some solutions? It's 12:45. Let me give you 3 4 minutes. So, what can be the solutions to the locust or grasshopper? Grasshopper are small, but locusts are, I think, very big. So they are very huge. It's 12:45. I'm giving you 5 minutes. So in 5 minutes, you people just trying to find out the solution for this problem. What is the solution to locust farm? Yes, pesticide spray. Yes, so l- I will allow you to collect the solution for 5 minutes. So after 5 minutes, we will discuss individual solution. Yes, anything else? Yes, Aditya, good one. This is the thing that we are going to discuss today. Apply garlic spray, dust the leaves with flour. Okay. Yes, Nikita, partial solution that also we will discuss. And here we are targeting farmers. So, as we have discussed in previous slides, that we will find out solution and then we will check the feasibility of solution. Good, very good. Yes. So I think lots of students have given various input. Now, let me tell you something. Okay, I'm not against you. So, if I will just try to, you can say, defend you. Okay, so, or you can say, if I will represent the counter argument for your solution. Okay, so that won't. So it is not like that I am against your solution, but we will try to check the feasibility of solution. Okay, so first thing, Girish has mentioned that pesticide spray. Now, let's try to discuss each solution. So, pesticide. Now, what will happen? Okay, how many types of pesticides are there? Can you give input? Can you give me answer? That how many types of pesticides are there? So there are two type of pesticide. Okay, chemical based and organic. So let's discuss the solution. Pesticide. So what will happen if we are going with the chemical based pesticide? So in that scenario, what will happen? Whatever chemical we are going
So
to
it will
spray.
harm the crop.
Yes, I think yes, Tushar, your voice was breaking. Can you repeat again?
It will somewhat harm the crops. It won't be beneficial. And
Yes.
if we use organic, that is not so much reactive to the locusts.
Okay. So I got your concern that if we are going with the chemical-based pesticide, then what will happen in that case? Ultimately, that chemical will be released, or it will fall on the ground. Okay, so it is going to be absorbed by soil, and it will reduce the fertility of soil. So that will be the problem. Why? Because let's say if you are spraying 1 liter, then out of 1 liter, 500 ml or more than 500 ml will be dropped on ground. So it will affect the, you can say, fertility of soil. Then another solution is that bioinsecticide, okay, or you can say organic insecticide. So organic insecticide are they will be effective, okay, but we need very strong organic insecticide. For example, neem. Okay, so if we are having very high concentration of neem element, okay, that is hazard directive. So if you will use it in higher concentration, then it might be useful. Okay, but in that case, what will happen? The cost will be very high. Okay, so for larger crop, we have to use more amount of insecticide. Now let's have a look at the next solution. It many place farmer create loud noise by beating steel plate to prevent their farm from locust attack. So here, this can be some good solution. Okay, where we will try to focus on the behavior of insect. Okay, so we know that these locusts are, or they get irritated with the larger sound. Okay, they actually not afraid, but they will get irritated. So what we will do, we will try to irritate them by generating more larger sound. Okay, but here what will be the problem in this scenario? We have to build the mechanism. Okay, so which can be, you can say, which can uh, irritate the locust. So here in this video, let me uh, let me unmute the representation. So mm, yes, so this person is trying to create the solution. Okay, so here you can see is generating noise. Now here, while if we try to implement a solution using this method, then what will be the problem? An input from your side. Yes, one problem will be that we need some mechanism. Okay, so we need motor, and if we are going to place electric motor, then we need to provide the power supply. So for that, either we have to go with the regular electric transmission line, or we have to use the solar panel. Okay, then during this time or during this period, it will be very difficult for us. Okay, recently in Gujarat there is a locust swarm, so they have used this approach only, but it is not that much efficient. So what we can do, that we have to find out some alternative solution. Let's see what we can do. Another solution by Nikita is applying garlic spray. Now you just or dust the leaves with the floor. Now you just imagine that farmer, this solution will be useful in case of gardening. Okay, so if you are having a small garden where you are having 15 to uh, 20 plants, okay, so in that case you can go with it. Okay, but what will be the problem if you will dust with the floor? Then it will invite ants. Okay, so instead of one problem, instead of solving one problem, we will creating, or we are creating another problem. Okay, so if floor is favorite food of that locust, then locust will enjoy it. Now, and garlic paste, so it will be very difficult to use garlic paste on such large quantity or such large level. So that also we should consider while we are designing the solution. Okay, for gardening it is fine. Okay, if you are having your own personal garden, then it will work fine. Then you can also use the cinnamon powder, and that will all work super. Now, let's move forward. After Nikita, Tushar has given solution. We can just cover our crop with some net like material and pass the current into it. So avoid locust attack. Now here again we will face the same issue. Okay, so if you are having garden, then it's fine. You can create the metal grid or metal wire grid, and then you can pass current into it, so you can save it. Okay, but let's say in open field, to the farmer we cannot give this solution. Now, Tushar Setia has given another input. Locust form have a good amount of protein in them, so we can eat it, and it can reduce somewhat problem. Will it beneficial for human also? So this is actually a Chinese solution. The way Chinese people are dealing with the solution. So in news or in social media, there were lots of posters roaming that if locust means locust, one locust was discussing something with another locust, and they were mentioning that thank God we are not in China. Otherwise, we should have been packed in box, and we will be selling in. We were being sold in market as a food. So this is also cannot be good solution. Yes, Yashank has given another solution. Need to stop their overcrowding issue, and this issue of locust swarm will automatically be sorted out. Now, if you will look at the news, okay, then you will found that, or you will find that this is because of climate change. Because of climate change, there is a change in the current of air and water. Okay, which also resulted into the change in the temperature. So, with the flow of air, this locust swarm will travel. So, in whatever direction it will go, we can go. By creating artificial greenhouse effect in the field to avoid visibility or strong insecticide. So this solution is given by Nikita. So this is also this can be also solution on small scale, okay, but larger scale it is very difficult. Vidhi has given solution. We could keep the birds around so they will eat locusts. So this is something like, let's say, we are having dosa swamp. Okay, and you might be fond of dosa. Okay, but how many dosa you will eat? Okay, one, two, three, four. So similarly, birds are having limited capacity. Okay, and previously it was done by lots of bird. Okay, so this was the important parameter during that time. So but due to this environment factor, due to the human activity in environment, you people have also observed that birds like crow and kites are disappeared, almost disappeared. Vulture, they are almost disappeared from the society. Okay, so actually they were the natural insecticide, or you can say pest repellent or pest killer, who have played very key role in managing the insect like locust. Okay, so that can be solution. Okay, but we cannot tie bird to the specific space. Now again, we will be at the same position. So what can be the answer to this problem? Okay, so this is the current problem. And if anybody would like to work on this project definition, then it will be very great. So what you would suggest? Another solution is that fire arm. Okay, so fire sprayer. So you will spray something which can be burned. Okay, so you will spray it like gasoline or petrol on locust, and then you will ignite them. Okay, so along with the locust, your crop will be also burned. Now, what can be solution to this problem? Now, how you will, let's say, we have tried to approach all the solution, but in all approach, yes, there are some insecticide also. Okay, so if you will spray them, so they won't harm the plant. Okay, but uh, those will be the bioinsecticides. So fungus will be developed on the body of the locust. Okay, but it will take some time. Okay, so there are some there are some fungus available in market. Okay, so if you will spray those fungus on locust, then they will create their colony on locust. Okay, so they will get nutrition from the locust, and then they will eventually kill them. Okay, but it requires some time. So can anyone suggest me some solution to this problem? Anything? Yes, can create mesh of metallic nets around the field on poles of wood in and around the field. So that will be again biggest problem, because you know that right now farmers, not all the farmers are that much capable to spend that much amount of money uh, for their farm. Okay, so they must. So we have to find out some solution in such a way that it will be beneficial to the. Now, as an engineer, what will be your solution? What you could suggest? Yes, yes, with electricity in it. But again, electricity it is not renewable. Whatever we are using, okay, so we are not using that much renewable electricity in India. So how we will deal with this problem? Anyway, so this is, instead of metal ignite, we can cover it with the normal spraying chemical on crop which produce a toxin that kill only locusts and related grasshopper. Yes, so it will be also less costlier. So depend. I got your point. So it is like, instead of that, if we can create the greenhouse, then it will be permanent solution. We can have a good crop as well, because in greenhouse we can control the environment. And yes, Rohan has given some solutions. Spraying chemicals on crop which produce a toxin that kills only locust and related grasshoppers. So that what I told you, that if you can spray the fungus on it, and then those fungus will not harm to the plant. Okay, but it will be developed on the insect, so it will kill the insect usually. No, greenhouse cannot affect the environment. Okay, using greenhouse, you can grow the crops which are difficult to grow in warmer climate. Okay, so in greenhouse, you can control the environment. So recently, let me tell you, near Rajkot, one person has grown strawberries in greenhouse. Okay, so normally strawberries are very difficult to grow in warmer areas. Okay, but using greenhouse, you can grow it in warmer areas as well. Yes, best solution is making noise with some instrument. So that can be a good solution which we can give to the farmer. Okay, at the primary level. Okay, or otherwise we can let's say we can deploy or we can develop some system which operate on solar panel. Okay, and which will generate the frequency. Okay, which cannot be here, which cannot be heard by us. Okay, but we can. Or that frequency will be irritating to the locust and it will repel the locust. Do you know pheromone traps? Have you ever heard about it? Pheromone traps. So whenever there will be pheromone, it is used in honeybee. Okay, so if you are having wild honeybee in your area, then farmers will use pheromone trap. So what they will do, they will put some pheromone, that is a chemical which will attract the bees. Okay, specifically male bees. So they will put a pheromone trap, and all the male bees will be trapped into that trap, and then they will destroy it. So similar kind of solution can be developed for locusts also. Okay, so if we can develop a chemical which will attract all the locusts to a particular place. Okay, so we will put that chemical in center of farm or at a specific spot of the farm, and then all the locusts will be gathered there, and then we can destroy all. Smoke can be done, yes. Smoke can be also good alternative, but for smoke we have to find out a specific element or specific thing which will repel the locust. Okay, so here you can see just the before 10 minutes you were not before 20 minutes or before 30 minutes you were not knowing that what is design thinking and what can be the problem solving. Okay, now you just imagine I have given you only one problem. Okay, and lots of solution we received here, and you try to solve those problems. Okay, in such a way that some might be feasible, some might not be feasible. Okay, but you have just started to thinking on the solution. Okay, the now what is existing solution? Existing solution is using metallic object. We can create noise, so it will repel them. Okay, but now you see that here in discussion only we have tried to develop the 5 to 6 solution. Okay, which can be used in place of some existing solution. Okay, or even you can also take this definition and you can find out some useful solution which can be helpful to society. So let's continue our discussion with the presentation. Let's see what is next is there in solution presentation. Yes, so what is traditional problem solving? So traditional problem solving is like conference we will put, and then we will put that solution in front of group. So whatever we have done right now, it is traditional. Now what is design thinking? Design thinking solution methodology, it is like where you will form the group, you will take the input from the various people. Okay, and then as you can see here, there is only one person who is driving the solution. Okay, but here in design thinking approach, as you can see here, you will there is a sticky note kind, a sticky note board is there where you will put the solution. This concept is implemented in Google, okay, as well. So how they will, how it will work. So if you are having any idea, any idea in your mind, okay, then simply note down it on a sticky note and paste it on board, okay, and gradually many number of people, more number of people will start working on it, and then they will improve it. Okay, so it will be a completely teamwork. So design thinking is not a leadership kind of activity where everything will be everything will be driven by only a single person. Okay, but design thinking is like a solution where everyone will give their input. So here I would like to invite you people. Yes, here same thing is there. Here you can see one person is sleeping. Okay, so many students are sleeping in our lab also. Okay, so as you can see, most of are involved, but few are not involved, actively involved. So I would like you people to do interaction with each other. So let's do one thing. Let's have an voice discussion into our lab. Yes, so you will unmute yourself and then you can discuss. So here we will just try to use some design thinking kind of approach. So we will do one thing. Uh, I will voluntarily I will invite 5 or 6 students for this open-ended discussion. Who would like to join this discussion? People, whoever would like to join this discussion can unmute themselves, and then we will start discussion on it. Yes. Anyone? Anyone from the group? If you are not going to interact with your friend, then let me tell you that the same problem you are going to face whenever you will start or whenever you will work on any definition. Anyone? Anyone would like to join the discussion? I think nobody is interested. So let's continue with the presentation. Actually, I have planned this activity for you people. Now, phases of design thinking. Which are the phases? So there are total 5 phases. First is problem definition or problem identification. Then next is need of it. Then next is ideation. Next is prototyping, and last is testing. Okay, so after testing again, that product will enter into the next stage. So that is problem definition, means problem identification, need finding, ideation, prototyping, testing again. So this is like, let's say you will develop a product, and once you will develop a product, you will face new challenge. So again, this cycle will start. And let's say you are solving some primary problem, and then again you are facing some new problem. So again, this cycle will start. So this cycle will iterate infinite time. Okay, so still you are having idea. Okay, then once you are adding a new idea into it, this product. Okay, so you are entering into the cycle. So you are starting the cycle, and then that cycle will be continue till you are running out of idea. Can anyone give me some good example of music industry where these ideas have completely changed the music industry? Or you can say entertainment industry. Yes, just give
Can
me
you
one.
repeat?
Yes. My question is that Can anyone give me any example that related to the specifically musical industry which has changed the entire era of music industry?
Sir, all the new singers have changed the entire industry.
Okay, like, can you just
लाइक सर
elaborate
पहले
it?
बताता हूँ, कुमार सानू सर पहले नॉर्मल गाने मतलब सुर वाले गाने गाते थे। अब
Hmm.
बात का रफ्तार आ गए तो रैप गाते हैं, पूरा ही चेंज हो गया।
Okay, good.
और रिमिक्स बनती है सॉन्ग के ऊपर, सेम सॉन्ग को वो अपने स्टाइल में गा देते हैं, तो चेंज आ गया।
Okay. So let me give you another example that this feature or the new concept is become need. Initially, there were cassette player. Okay, so
यस सर।
yeah, cassette player. So where there were audio cassette, and if you want to listen a song, then you have to play it, and then randomly you will skip to a particular position to listen your favorite song. So initially there was issue with the portability. Okay, so if you want to listen music, then you cannot listen it anywhere. You have to listen it a specific place or your home only. So Sony Corporation, they came with the idea of you can say Walkman. Okay, so yeah, what was the feature of Walkman? You can add some battery, two or three batteries into a cassette player, and then it will play audio for you. Okay, and it was difficult to play audio with the speaker. Why? Because they will consume more amount of power. So what happened? They have introduced hands-free. So hands-free, or you can say earphone, rather than hands-free, you can say earphone. So they have introduced the earphone. So earphones consume less power. So it will allow that Walkman or that player to run more on that time. Now, Sony has introduced Walkman. Okay, so which has given the mobility, but still, what was the limitation? Let's say if you are fond of lots of Bollywood movie, then you cannot keep cassettes in your pocket. Okay, so it is not like that you can keep a 10 to 20 cassette in your pocket, and whenever it is required, then you can play. So then Apple has introduced the iPods. Okay, digital music player. So what they have introduced, they have eliminated the need of cassette player. How? So they have given the memory, as well as they have given the inbuilt battery, so lithium battery. So previously, what was like that, you have to keep three or four batteries with you. So once the battery is over, then you have to again add new battery. So they have replaced this thing with the inbuilt memory, rechargeable battery, as well as you can say they have removed they have eliminated the need of cassette by replacing it with the memory. So everything is stored into the memory. So iPod were very popular when they were released. Why? Because they were very handy, very lightweight, okay, and very compact. So first version of iPod, if you look at the iPod, then it was a mechanical, or you can say push button iPod. So then Apple only released a new feature, that is touch or touch iPod. So where you will have touch interface and then a rotating wheel. So they have improved the product, and they have improved the ergonomics. Okay, then they have gone with the video iPod. Okay, where you can see the videos. Now you just think about mobile. The first generation of mobile by Nokia. So you were able to before that there were pager. Okay, if you have ever heard about it. So here you see we are discussing two parallel different technology domains. Okay, which evolved completely in parallel. So, mobiles were introduced into market which were used for, you can say, making call and sending SMS. But gradually, what happened? They have introduced multimedia technology into the mobile. So first they have introduced, you can say, multimedia, and then they have introduced internet. Okay, so then they have introduced camera. So they have added all the features. They have started adding all the features gradually, and then you can see now, if someone will tell you that iPod price is 32,000, and you are supposed to, you can buy iPod. Okay, so at that time we will give more preference to mobile. Why? Because mobile will give us the communication facility as well as music, video recording, everything is. So now you can see this both domain are completely merged. Okay, so web technology is also merged with this domain, mobile. Okay, initially websites were developed for only mobile, but now you see that mobile users are growing more rapidly compared to the website users. So what they have to do, they have to do one thing, they have to make the web technology available in mobile. So web technology is also much, and gradually all these things were coming to the mobile. So the requirement of processing power is also arise. So in that case, mobile processors are developed by various companies. And you see now mobile is combination of multimedia, then web technology as well as hardware technology, or you can say computer organization, and it is replacing almost everything. So this is how, if you will add feature, then it may be possible that it will it will create a new opportunity for another domain to be merged with your product. Okay, so if you look at the design of Walkman, okay, then here it is problem definition, need finding, ideation, prototyping, and testing. Everything is fine, but Apple has revised that concept. So that same thing, same product is entered into this cycle again. So Apple came up with the mechanical or push button iPod. Then there was need of touch or that memory and those battery. Okay, so again this product entered into the cycle. Okay, then again this product is evolved. So similarly, that this product, this is similar to this kind of cycle, many different cycles for, let's say, mobile and computers, where they were evolving in parallel. And ultimately what happened, everything is merged into the mobile, and then the mobile technology is evolved multiple times. Okay, and now you can see what is the final outcome, and it may be possible that in near future this will be, mobile will be available in wearable technologies only. So that is that in near future this technology is going to be really amazing. So the design thinking is not a one-time process that you will iterate in cycle and it's over. Okay, so it is a continuous process where it will enter into the cycle for, where it will iterate into the cycle for infinite time. So if you are having idea, then new cycle, idea, then new cycle. Now, which are the 5 steps for design thinking? So first is empathize, means understand the user. You get the requirement from the user. Next step is define the problem. So after getting input from the user, you just try to define the problem, and then after getting the input from the student, okay, just try to ideate it. Okay, means brainstorming. Okay, how you can find out the solution. Then you, after finding the theoretical solution, okay, you just try to create a prototype, a small working model. And after creating small working model, you can do one thing, you can test it. Okay, and if it is meeting the requirement, then no problem, you can release it as a product. Then, but if it is not meeting the requirement of user, then you can directly then you can go to the brainstorming session. Okay, and still some of the aspect of the problem are not covered into the brainstorming. Then again, you can directly go to the empathy or to the user. You will try to get more feedback from the user, and then you will try to solve it. Okay, so this is like cycle. So it is not a single step or one time execution. Okay, and the steps are empathize means understand the user, define the problem, ideate the solution, prototype the means create a working model, small working model, and then test it. Now, which tool we are going to use for design thinking? So we will use Mural and Poplet. So Mural is a multifaceted interactive whiteboard, promotes collaboration. So it is like a whiteboard tool where everyone will work on a common definition, and then they will try to improve it. Okay, what is the bottom line of it? Mural facilitate lesson presentation and group project collaboration from anywhere by making idea sharing simple or visual process. And what is Poplet? Poplet is complex, simple organizational tool for minimalist presentation. So these are the just presentation tool, the way you are going to represent the information in front of user. So you can go with other tools which work on these different steps of the design thinking. Now let me give you the tools for some more tools for design thinking. So, if we discuss the way, if we consider the various phases of design thinking, then it will be like frame the opportunity, then conduct the research, ideate, prototype, and learn, launch, and repeat. So there are various tools which are developed for this specific domain. So I would like to give you one task here. Uh, I'm giving you 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, we will meet again. You are supposed to find out a design thinking tool, okay, that you can use in this semester. Okay, so I'm opening this space for you people for 15 minutes where you will find out some design thinking tools. Okay, so you start working on it and just try to find out the various design thinking tools. Are you clear with this? Everybody is clear with my instruction that you are supposed to find out the design thinking tool. So start working on it, and after 15 minutes we will meet again. So it is 12, sorry, 1 and 28. So we will meet around, let's say, 1:45. So start working on it. Just try to search the various tools. So I'm stopping my screen sharing. Meanwhile, if you are having any doubt, then you can ask me doubt in chat box. So we will try to discuss it. Yes, Girish. Nay, Girish. So actually, I have given you work. So you are supposed to find out some design thinking or okay, visual thinking tools, which we are going to discuss after 5 minutes. Okay. So let's start our discussion. Okay. We have discovered, or we have just tried to not discover, but we have just tried to find out a new tool. Can anyone tell me? Sprint base. Yes, Devansh, you can unmute yourself and you can share your screen so we can have idea that what you have just explored. Yes, Devansh, you can share your screen. Other than Devansh, anybody has tried to search any new tool? Yes, no problem, Devansh. Yes, anyone else has explored any new tool? Okay, I have asked you people to explore or to search new tool. So, Devansh, you have tried to find out sprint base. Yes, can you share your screen now, Devansh? Yes, yes. Please share it. Yes, Devansh. Yes, you only search for this. Anyway, no problem. Let me do one thing.